Hello and welcome back to SF at Giants recap. In today's game, the Giants, they lost 16-11. It was a slugfest in Mexico City. We have a lot to go over, a lot of good and a lot of bad. And so we're going to hop right into the scoring. Consider subscribing. I make recaps after every Giants game. And so in the bottom of the first, Nelson Cruz, he singled to make it 2-0 Padres. And in the bottom of the second, there was a wild pitch by Sean Manaea that scored a run. And then in the top of the third, the Giants, they answered right back with Brandon Crawford hitting a home run, which was kind of funny because he hit what so-called home run, but then they overturned it. And the next pitch, he hits a home run to center. So good to see from Crawford. Lamont Wade Jr., he got a home run, making it 3-2. But in the bottom of the third, Nelson Cruz, he homered. And Austin Nola, he hit a single, making it 5-2. But then Mitch Haniger, he tied up the game with a 3-run bomb. Tyro Estrada, he then doubled to give the Giants an 8-5 lead. But in the bottom of the fourth, Juan Soto, he homered to make it 8-6. And then Xander Bogaerts, he homered to make it 8-7. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Fernando Tatis, he gave the Padres back the lead with a 2-run bomb, making it 9-8 Padres. Manny Machado, he then went after him, getting another home run, 10-8. And then in the top of the seventh, the Giants, they tied it up with Blake Sabol hitting a home run. And then Dave Yar, he gave them a lead, making it 11-10 with the homer of his own. Then in the bottom of the seventh, Manny Machado, he homered again, making it 12-11. Then in the bottom of the eighth, there was a lot of scoring. Trent Grisham, he doubled. Then Manny Machado, and Nelson Cruz, he singled, making it 16-11. So after all of that, the Giants, they lost in today's game. I just want to say, the umpire, terrible. He missed so many calls. It wouldn't have really changed the game that much, but why would you put him out there? That was a terrible called game. So many pitches that were just nowhere close to the zone that I called strike, and then so many that were in the zone that I called balls. It was just a terrible game from the umpire today. You've got to improve with that. But for the Giants, we had a lot of great hits from Estrada, 4 hits on the day. Mitch Haniger, he came up today clutch with the 3-run homer. Blake Sabol, he got a home run, but he sucks at catching. I kept my word. I've defended it because he is terrible. I've said this from the beginning of the season. He does not know how to have good mechanics. He struggles with blocking. He doesn't receive the ball well, so even if it's not necessarily a bobble on his part, he doesn't convince the umpire if it's a strike, and he just struggles overall with the catching position. He does great hitting. He got the homer today, but he has got to fix that mechanics, or we just got to put him in the outfield, and I don't know who you would replace him with, so I just think Sable's got to improve there. Wade's been doing really well. He had a home run today and 2 walks, so he's kept up his on-base percentage. He's been doing really well overall. Obviously, in today's matchup in Mexico City, the elevation's super high, so balls flew, and the pitching is really what killed us. The pitching, just to be honest, it sucked. Sean Manaea, he allowed 5 runs. Jacob Junis, he allowed 5 runs. Taylor Rogers was the only one that allowed no runs. Tyler Rogers allowed 2 runs. And Scott Alexander allowed 3 runs. And John Brebbia allowed a run. So just a lot of mistakes pitching. Tyler Rogers, he just served some up. Same with Junis. Junis was doing pretty good, but I feel like Kapler put him in the wrong spot. Junis, we've got like 4 starting pitchers in our bullpen. That's not going to work. These guys are not used to that, and they're used to starting the game and having to clean up their own mess instead of cleaning up someone else's. So I feel like we've got to make an adjustment there. And that's not necessarily Kapler's fault. Farhan's got to make some roster moves because you can't ride with, I think, like 9 starting pitchers and you're playing them as like bullpen pieces. That's not going to ride, and so I feel like we got to make some changes there. But overall, just a great game offensively for the Giants. We saw a lot of guys who have been struggling, like VR and Crawford, get something. So that could really change, and that could really make their season kind of move in a different direction. So that could be really good to see. But on the other hand, our pitchers, this may hurt them a lot. This may kind of kill their ego with their ERA going sky high. We only have like 1 guy below 6 that pitched today. So that's something you do not want to see when it comes to your bullpen, especially if you want to be dominant. You cannot have a bad bullpen. So that will do it for today's recap. Sorry it was negative, but we've got to improve when it comes to just little things like walks and then Blake Sable's catching. So I'll see you next time for a new SF Giants recap video.